Welcome to my Android tutorials on OpenGL ES2, and today we will get started with OpenGL ES2. So we're going to start off is by standard making a project, so we can do OpenGL ES2, that's the name of our project, I guess. Target SDK, whatever you feel like. I'm going to do 15 because I have that one installed. So let's do next. Create a launcher icon, whatnot. Just a text, let's say like ES2. That's gotta be good. Let's not create an activity. No, wait. Yeah, let's not create an activity because it will make a mess later on. So if we go into your project here, we can go to the source and we need to add a new project. This needs to be the same package that was in here before. So it was .com.example.opengl. Whoops. ES2. Click finish. And now you can create the activity manually. So I'm in activity, if I could spell, and then you're going to hit the superclass browse, and we're going to search for the Android app activity thing. We can use that and we'll automatically inherit the methods from the parent class or not. Okay, so now that we have our main activity, we also need to create two other classes. So these two other classes would be main surface view, and that one, yeah, it does have a thing. It is a GL surface view. That's what it inherits, and of course it needs to add those methods or constructor. And we also need to create the class main renderer, and that one doesn't have any superclass. It actually implements renderer, but will that work? Import renderer. So we'll get back to these other two classes, but first we need to set up the activity. So to set up the activity, you're going to add a couple lines. So first off, we need to override the onCreate function. So here we have the onCreate, is that bundle, and so we're going to also call the parent function. So it's a onCreate, and yeah, it's just going to automatically fill in the variable. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to check to see if the device can support OpenGL ES2. So we're going to type in activity manager AM, and then we're going to put a cast over to activity manager get system service and context activity service. Alright, so let's just import all these packages. And now we're going to get the configuration info from it. So configuration info equals AM, which is the activity manager we just got a couple seconds ago. Get device configuration info. Hopefully I spelled that right. Alright, I did. I did not. Do that, and that imports it. Alright, and now we are going to make a variable that states whether or not we can support ES2. So it's going to be a boolean, and let's do info dot required GLES version, which is a constant, and we're going to check to see if it is of a certain build number. So the first 16 bits is the major build number, then the last 16 bits are the minor build number. So 2. Alright, so if support ES2, so yeah, if we support it, then we'll do whatever. But if we can't support it for some reason, then we say your device doesn't support OpenGL ES2, and import log. So right now, if you tested it, you shouldn't, because it has an error there. But if you tested it, it wouldn't do anything because we haven't made it draw anything yet. What we do is we're going to create an instance of the renderer called main renderer. Like I set it to equal new main renderer, main surface view, the name of the variable, and yeah, we're creating a instance of the main surface view class, and the context will be this class because it needs a context, but it's used later on. So yes, our variable main surface view and set EGL context client version, and I'm gonna set it to 2. So that just means yes, you're using OpenGL ES2. So, and then also we're going to set the renderer of a main surface view to main renderer. So let me explain this code a little bit. So basically, we create an instance of our renderer, which is where it does all the drawing and such, and then we created a view, which is kind of like an object that Android uses. It's a little widget system, and now we set the drawing part to our main renderer here. So yes, but before it gets added to we have to add it to like the screen. So set content view, and we set the view to main surface view. Well, it doesn't. Well, if you do test on your device, you will likely see black because we haven't made it draw anything yet. So if we go to our main renderer, we will start using these OpenGL ES2 functions. So OpenGL ES2 can be used like, instead of having to have a GL context anymore, we can just do it statically. So you can use GL clear color, and we're going to set the color to a good color, so it's gonna look kind of, so we have the red, green, blue, and alpha, which is the opacity. I'm gonna set that to 1. 1 is 100% opaque, and then 0 is 100% transparent or 0% opaque. And yeah, we're just setting the color to whenever it refreshes the draw, that's what the background color will be. So we're gonna do another function which is actually clears, and we're going to use GLES20 GL color buffer bit, which is, it just says clear the colors, and we're also gonna do another one which clears the depth. So GL underscore depth buffer bit. All right, that's about it. I'd like to thank you for watching. See you guys for the next tutorial.